We can agree to disagree. I think that Ethereum is ultrasound money. I think that there is a future here for both Bitcoin and Ethereum and sort of the whole world of cryptocurrencies, because this is the continuation of what we're talking about. Big tech was sort of the first wave. Crypto is the next.
If Ethereum is able to hit $4,000 at some point this May, I will be giving away 1 Ethereum. 0.5 of that Ethereum will go to somebody that retweets this tweet, and the other 0.5 will go to somebody that responds down below to this tweet. Also, if Ethereum is not able to hit $4,000 this month, I'll still be giving away 0.1 Ethereum to somebody that retweets and 0.1 to somebody that does respond down below. But over the course of the last month, Ethereum has increased roughly 45% from $2,100 to $3,000. So if we do want to go from $3,000 to $4,000 before this month is over, that would be about a 33% increase, as opposed to the 45% increase we've seen over the last month. So as you can tell, it is super in reach. So once again, a retweet and a respond down below will give you the best chances to win some free Ethereum. Also, I mostly post about random stuff related to gaming, crypto, NFTs, and stuff like that. So if that interests you, definitely feel free to follow. But if you aren't curious or you aren't really involved with that kind of stuff, I would recommend not following, because you're not really going to see anything from my account that you like. But yeah, so with that being said, good luck to everyone. See you guys later.
Ethereum is a complete centralized system, and all this is simply FOMO. Ethereum is not interesting to me because it is not a decentralized system. Good luck trying to run a full node. And what I refer to as a full node, Vitalik Buterin refers to as an archive node, because he makes up his own words and his own definitions. To me, a full node is a node that contains every single transaction that has ever taken place on your blockchain. The Ethereum full node, which Vitalik calls an archive node, is now 7 terabytes worth of data. And one of the reasons why Ethereum is suddenly able to drop the cost of its transactions is because I believe they increase the size of the block. And the Ethereum developers and miners can really do whatever they like, because it's a completely centralized system. It's a centralized system because users do not run nodes. And when users do not run nodes, your single lead developer and your 2 or 3 miners that are mining that chain will able to do whatever it is that they like. Now, for the person that says 7 terabytes is nothing, this person really doesn't understand scalability of data. The Bitcoin blockchain is 300 something gigs, while the Ethereum blockchain is over 7 terabytes. And it's not even the 7 terabytes that's the biggest concern. The biggest concern is how fast that 7 terabytes is going to turn into 10 terabytes, and then 20 terabytes, and then 100 terabytes worth of data. And if you think 7 terabytes is very, very little, try to go and download 7 terabytes worth of data on your laptop. An average person cannot do that.
And we had to make a hard decision about the business future for Ethereum. So we could either be a not-for-profit, set up a foundation, do an ICO, and be a really technical project like Apache or Linux. Or we could set up a for-profit entity, set up a board of directors, get VC funding, and be more like Red Hat or be more like Ripple, and basically run the company this way. So there were strong arguments on both sides, for-profit or not-for-profit. At the time, we called it Crypto Google versus Crypto Mozilla. It was kind of our big debate. So, or you could conceptually think of it as forming consensus prior to forming Ethereum. So originally we decided, well, Crypto Google makes sense. And when we started going down that road, Vitalik didn't like it so much, and some other people in the project didn't like it so much. And eventually they decided to have the pendulum swing to the other side. Now, my argument against the not-for-profit was, at first I would assume that everybody would just leave, because there was no incentive to stay. There were no golden handcuffs. So once people got paid, they would just branch off, start their own companies. Maybe those companies would be Ethereum related, maybe they wouldn't be, but we'd basically lose all of our talent. Whereas if we had the for-profit, we could vest people, have equity and these types of things, and they'd have to stick around for a while. The other thing was, this was real risky. If we did an ICO and what if the product didn't work? There would be lawsuits and regulatory problems and so forth. Whereas here we'd be spending smart money, VC money. So this felt like a higher probability of success, higher probability of keeping things together. Plus, the project had become quite bloated. There was about 100 people by June of 2014. The relationships, who's doing what, where, who's a volunteer, who's actually going to get Ether, that wasn't completely clear, especially when you went 2-3 separations outside of the founding set. So Vitalik had to make a decision, and Vitalik made this decision. I left, Amir Shatrit left at the same time as well. Shortly thereafter, Anthony left and Joe left. Joe formed Consensus, Anthony formed Decentral, Amir does lots of consulting, Mihai formed Akasha. Then the tech side started leaving, Gavin left and created Parity, and Jeff, I think, is having fun somewhere. And Vitalik is still around.
SPACs, Wall Street bets, non-fungible tokens. Investing these days, let's just say it's a brave new world, full of roaring kitties and beeples. Tonight, we take on a new oddity, the meteoric rise of a digital currency named after a dog, Dogecoin, now valued higher than Ford and Twitter. It's up 16% just today. But for many of us, it's also the latest financial head-scratcher. Thankfully, here at CNBC, we have a lot of people's brains to pick, including Kate Rooney's. We asked her to explain the crypto craze for us commoners.
First, let's start with how to pronounce this thing. Doggy? Dogcoin? It's Dogecoin. The digital currency started as a joke between two software engineers in 2013. At the time, they say they were looking for a fun alternative to Bitcoin, the world's first and biggest cryptocurrency.
Dogecoin is like digital Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
I'm going to get the okay boomer from not understanding doggy coin.
We're talking about Dogecoin of all things.
Dogecoin was inspired by, yes, this picture of a Shiba Inu dog. This Japanese breed of dog was already a popular internet meme. And its namesake cryptocurrency soon became the talk of online forums on Reddit and Twitter. By 2021, the coin has found its way to mainstream pop culture. Snoop Dogg, Elon Musk, and Guy Fieri have all tweeted about Doge this year. Mark Cuban talked about it on the Ellen DeGeneres show last week, and at about 30 cents a coin, says it's a better investment than a lotto ticket. So why would someone buy this? Well, you can send it to other people, you can spend it. The Dallas Mavericks just started taking it as payment, but most people trade it. Dogecoin was worth just a fraction of a penny back when it was founded. Its boom in price has made some, like 33-year-old Glauber Contesoto, millionaires, at least on paper.
I put in my entire life savings. I maxed out 2 credit cards. I borrowed some money here and there. And I just understood that this is a long-term play. I'm not just jumping in to make a quick buck here or do a quick flip. I truly believe that Dogecoin is going to be the currency of the future.
Some see Doge as an entry point to investing. But like anything with high rewards, there's also high risk.
As for how seriously people should take it, that's a really tough one because we've seen things blow up before in the past and then completely crash. So you have to be careful.
Dogecoin investors tell me they want to be known as the less serious, more lighthearted version of Bitcoin. They tell me Doge actually stands for do good every day. Shep, back to you.
All right, Kate, thank you.
The currency Ether hitting an all-time high overnight, climbing as high as $3,450. It's since paired some of those gains. It's a nice segue to our next segment because Sotheby's is scheduling an historic auction for next week. The fine art auction house will accept cryptocurrency via Coinbase. For Banksy's Love is in the Air, this is according to Sotheby's, it's the first time Bitcoin and Ether will be accepted as payment for a physical artwork. And joining us right now in an exclusive interview is Charles Stewart. He is the CEO of Sotheby's. Good morning to you, Charlie. It's a fascinating thing to be doing. And what's so fascinating to me is the relationship, frankly, with Coinbase in this instance, because I think thus far we've thought of Coinbase less as an currency exchange so much as an exchange for people to buy and sell this stuff, not necessarily buying art and using it for other products. How did this come about?
Well, as you said, Andrew, this is the first time that cryptocurrency will be accepted as payment for a physical artwork, and we're really excited to make this happen. It's something we've been thinking about for quite some time. You know, as you may recall, we had our first NFT sale a few weeks back. We had over 3,000 bidders and participants in that sale series. And so it made us really think that we need to take this next step and begin to explore accepting crypto as payment for physical art as well.
And in terms of how you're going to do it, are you planning to keep that crypto on your books, or are you planning to immediately transfer it into dollars?
Well, we have an agreement with the owner of the painting, the consignor of the painting. So that will ultimately be up to them. But this is part of the partnership with Coinbase. Gives us not only the ability to process the payment, but actually, you know, that possibility as well.
But you can pay in cash if you like, or no?
You can pay in cash. And actually, this Banksy, which hopefully you can see behind me, it's called Love is in the Air. We estimated it at $3 to $5 million. Banksy has been, as you know, you might be well aware, very popular artist at auction. And there's a lot of interest in his work, paying with physical money as well. But what better combination to introduce crypto than an iconic Banksy painting?